We have some exciting news. This is fresh, hot off the presses. I don't even think most of the staff are aware of this, but I am super excited to share with everybody that we'll be returning to an in-person event this year to celebrate and recognize our amazing volunteers. So our volunteer appreciation and award ceremony is going to be held in person back at Ramapo College. The date is set for April 16th. So please mark that on your calendars. I'm sure that Katie and our engagement team will be sending out
Getting
notifications
bigger.
to everybody, but super excited to be able to share with you guys tonight that we'll be back in person after several years. I think it's now been 3 years in a row doing it virtual. We'll be able to get back together and share and celebrate with our volunteers in person. I also wanted to update everybody that really exciting news that the Trail Conference continues to be recognized as a leader when it comes to managing major trail restoration and construction projects. And we've begun working to repair and rebuild the Appalachian Trail over on Anthony's Nose. And that's on the east side of the Hudson River, right across from Bear Mountain State Park, right across the Bear Mountain Bridge. We're working with New York State Parks, the National Park Service, and the Appalachian Trail Conservancy to come up with a sustainable layout and design for that trail, as well as sustainable construction to handle the volume of visitors that are going up Anthony's Nose. We're still in the preliminary stages of that project. We're working to get the support we need to move forward with the layout and design. But we're really excited to see progress from the National Park Service and support from the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, recognizing that we do have a trail that's dangerous. New York State Parks is super excited to be working with us again on a project of this scale. So we're really excited. Our volunteer leaders have been scratching to get attention to this specific location. So we'll be able to update everybody on that throughout the year as that effort moves forward. We also continue to add new miles and parks into our trail network. We are in the process of signing an agreement with Essex County in New Jersey to formally adopt over 15 miles of trails at the Eagle Rock Reservation. So for all of you that have ever gotten a chance to come out on a hike with me, I'm going to be really excited to go out and explore some new trails out in Essex County. So that's really exciting. And again, what's really unique about this opportunity is we have found a group of volunteers already active in the park. We were able to identify a leader to be their supervisor. So our existing volunteer leaders and our staff are really, really encouraged the fact that we were able to just kind of adopt these trails turnkey. They're already in pretty good shape. So we're really excited to add these 15 miles of trails to our network that we care for. Some other updates that we have is that the Trail Conference has been a key participant in the Catskill Advisory Group. This group has been a collaboration of state and local organizations, and we were charged with providing the New York State DEC with advice on how to balance increased public use in the Catskill Park while also protecting the natural resources of the Catskills. The Catskills are permanently protected and considered forever wild by the New York State Constitution. So at the beginning of January, this group submitted its final report, and we're going to have a link to this report in the chat to the DEC commissioner. And what we were able to do is make recommendations to promote sustainable recreation, including actions to balance the increased use, protect the natural resources, ensure that we have a welcoming and accessible and inclusive visitor experience. Some of the recommendations that we made for immediate actions, as well as strategic investments and priorities that were categorized into 6 different themes. And again, you can read all about this in the report, but we recommended that we look at the Catskills and take a whole park management approach. We really wanted to focus on the natural resources of the Catskills and protect those resources. Looking at improving our communications, our marketing, and our education efforts. We've got a lot of new visitors coming to the Catskills, and making sure that they've got the resources to safely and sustainably enjoy the Catskills was a high priority. We know that there are tremendous traffic and parking issues, And we're encouraging the local municipalities to look at creative solutions on how to address those issues. We also encourage that we look at the benefits to the communities that surround the Catskills. We know that recreation drives economic stimulation, so we want to work with the local municipalities to see how they can benefit from all these visitors and provide some solutions to some of the parking issues. And again, going back to, we really want to continue to build on the diversity, equity, and inclusion and justice principles that we have found to be a challenge in the Catskills. Recently, there was an individual that I guess didn't like people from New Jersey and was going to parking lots and putting photocopies of "Go Back to New Jersey" on any car that had New Jersey license plates. So there's some emotions up there, but we're going to work with our partners to really make the Catskills a place that is welcoming for all. Additionally, we were the recipients of a New Jersey Governor's Award for Environmental Excellence. This award highlights the Trail Conference's work on a statewide effort to promote the Lenape Trail, which reaches communities in Essex County that are more diverse and densely populated than most of our traditional suburban and rural communities and counties that we work in. And we'll be putting a link into a 2-minute video that kind of summarizes the Lenape Trail and the award that we received. This was a trail that has gained in use and popularity, and we're super excited to get recognized by New Jersey for our efforts to promote this trail. I'm also really excited to announce that after experiencing the full brunt of the Great Resignation, the Trail Conference is fully staffed. So earlier last week, an offer was made and accepted to fill our New Jersey program coordinator position. So for all you folks from New Jersey, we're really excited to say that we've got a dedicated staff person to support all of our volunteers in New Jersey. We've got almost 700 miles of 700 miles of trails in New Jersey and over 900 volunteers. So we're really excited to have an individual to be able to support their efforts and really give them the attention that they deserve. So super excited to see that we've recovered from the exodus of our staff. Now we're back to a full team of staff to support our volunteers. Also available on our website, and again, a link we popped up here into the chat, is the Lower Hudson Prism Annual Report. And this is a report that highlights the strength of our partnerships in New York, in the Lower Hudson Valley, and the stewardship programs that we run. The Trail Conference has a contract with New York State to manage a consortium of about 60 other organizations that are working to prevent the spread of invasive species in the Lower Hudson Valley. We focus on emerging threats like spotted lanternfly. And what we are really, really proud of is that in 2022, we engaged more volunteers in invasive species management and monitoring projects than in the entire history of our ecological stewardship program, which started back in 2013. So 2022 was a banner year. We're really excited to see the interest and the passion for protecting the outdoors, protecting the lands around the trails that we're working on. And we're taking the volunteer model that we developed for trail management and maintenance, and that our park partners really have come to count on and rely on. And now we're applying those best practices to be working on the lands surrounding the trails that we love, to really improve the experience of all the visitors coming to our parks and our parklands. So super excited to see the successes of our ecological stewardship program. We've got a big year planned this year. We know that spotted lanternfly is coming back this year, but we've been successful in preventing the spread of spotted lanternfly into southern Harriman. So hopefully we get a couple more of these, nice cold winter days that help kill off the eggs and prevent the spread into Harriman and Bear Mountain State Parks. And again, last year with our ecological stewardship program, a lot of our efforts were centered in Westchester County through partnerships with Westchester Parks, the Westchester Park Foundation, and the Westchester Land Trust. We also visited multiple sites in Harriman State Park where we had worked previously, and using a combination of our Conservation Corps members who work as stewards and our conservation dog team, we were able to monitor the impacts of the invasive species. And, we're really excited to report that using both the removal and pesticides, we've seen a decrease in those emerging species that were threatening the park. We also had an amazing experience working in Lake Sebago. We had identified that hydrilla had somehow managed to get from the Croton River here in Westchester County. We believe that somebody illegally took a boat that was possibly on the reservoir, the new Croton Reservoir, and did not clean that boat properly and brought it across to Lake Sebago and accidentally brought the hydrilla with them. Our aquatic invasive species crew did surveying, identified that the hydrilla was in Lake Sebago, and working with our partners at New York State Parks, they were able to remove and eradicate the hydrilla and prevent the spread into other bodies of water within Harriman. So we're really seeing the positive impacts of our programs on the lands that we love, and we're looking forward to a really big year in 2023. So I'd like to turn it over to you guys, give you guys a chance to ask me some questions. I'm gonna pull up the chat and see if there are any questions there. Phil, the parking on 90 is really dangerous. Any chance the AT work includes improving the parking? We are going to be looking at parking solutions, Phil. One of the challenges there is, as you know, there isn't a lot of land available for parking. And we've got another challenge in the fact that the east side of the river is managed by the Taconic region of New York State Parks, and the other side, Bear Mountain and Harriman State Park, is managed by the PIPC in the Palisades region. So we've got to get a little inter-region collaboration to potentially look at having some other parking opportunities available on the other side of the river, where there may be a safer place for people to park and then walk across the Bear Mountain Bridge. Lou says, that's amazing. Great views of Eagle Rock in New York City from Eagle Rock Reservation. Lou, you're going to have to come out for a hike with me then, so I don't get lost. Anybody else with any questions? Comments?
There is another question in the chat.
Oh, did it just pop up? Is there any word on the Palace? Yeah, Brian. So we are still working with the Appalachian Trail Conservancy on a permanent solution. We're working with the PIPC on a permanent solution. I know in the last round of conversations, looking at a bridge to go over the Palisades is being looked at. I know that the executive director of the Palisades Interstate Park Commission, Joshua Laird, is working with Eric Kulisade, the Commissioner of State Parks, to secure funding to look for a more permanent solution. I know that the idea of using the flyover for Anthony Wayne is still being looked at, and then potentially we looked at moving the AT and some of the locations, but there are some beautiful views that we really don't want to lose in that section. I know also that Harriman State Park is due to get some investments, so we're working with them to see if we can come up with a safe plan to improve the crossing. We're also looking at the other trails that cross the parkway at other locations. So, hiker safety is one of the issues that we look at. Not just in Harriman, but all the different locations where we have road crossings. So that's something that is on the forefront of our volunteer leaders' agenda to work with the park.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Good free parking by Fort Montgomery, easy access to cross the Bear Mountain Bridge. That is correct. It's just not very publicized, but that is another location that we've worked with the park about using. I do know that they received some money to improve. I just read this the other day. Something at Fort Montgomery. So I will take a look into that and I'll report back to everybody what that was. Water quality at Lake Welch. I do know that Lake Welch, hold on. Oh, I don't have my phone with me. I took screen captures. Lake Welch is at the last Palisades Interstate Park Commission meeting is due to get a significant set of funds for upgrades. I believe they are going to be upgrading a visitor center and welcome center, as well as I think repairs to the dam. In terms of the water quality, that I can check with Joshua Laird on. I know they had a tremendous problem this past year with algae blooms, but I have not heard, what they're doing to continue to work on that.
Thanks,
But
Josh.
I will have, Jackie asked that. Jackie, I can check on that and get back to everybody.
Great, thanks.
Carolyn is the Fjord Trail organization working on parking on 9D. So the Fjord Trail is working on alleviating the road walk around the Breakneck Ridge area, connecting Cold Spring and Beacon. So they're really focusing their energy and resources on visitor safety there. There will be some improved parking at the Breakneck Ridge trailhead, both down by the Wilkinson Trail and by the main White Trail scramble up. But other than that, they will be working on the physical Fjord Trail, as well as an improved Stewart Station at the base of the mountain, and then some trail construction to serve as part of the entrance to the White Trail going up, as well as that first little area when you're about to make the left and go over 9D. They're going to be working on improving that little flat spot to make that a little more inclusive for individuals that do not want to go all the way up to the top of Breakneck, but do want to get those views of the Hudson River. Anybody else? Well, if you think of any questions that come to you in the middle of the night, please feel free. You can shoot me an email. I will put my email in the chat. It's executivedirector@nynjtc.org. Love to hear from you guys. Oh, are there any updates on the Long Path Road sections between Woodbury and the Shangungs? We're working on it. We are working to actively protect the Long Path. I saw Charlie was here, and Charlie, I don't know if you are in the loop with what Andy is working on. Where'd Charlie go?
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are, Charlie. Do you know of any updates? I don't think there are at this point. I know we're trying to coordinate a land swap with Orange and Rockland, the utilities company, to protect the Long Path around Curious Joel, which is near Woodbury. But other than that, we're still working to protect as much of the long path in terms of land acquisition. And then that would precipitate moving the trail off the roads. But I haven't heard of anything recently in that area. How about you, Charlie?
Well, Andy's exploring a route through the Orange County. It's a water district. I think it's where there was supposed to be a reservoir, and we've been given permission to go in and see if we can develop a route through there, and also through the Shawangunk Lake Reservoir area. And I think actually Zach and Peter went on a hike with Andy, and I went with Andy into this area of the reservoir a couple days ago, actually. And so we're, thinking about a route through there that would eliminate a 13-mile road walk in Orange County. So we're hoping.
Yeah, that'd be real fantastic.
Yeah, I was on a call with Andy last week, and I think he said it was really, really wet.
Yeah,
He wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
So
it's a kind of a circuitous route to get around the wet areas.
but we were discussing the mechanics of what we would need to do for the construction and kind of laying out a plan for getting support to potentially have a crew for trail construction in 2024 and 25, if we could secure a location and a route to eliminate roadwalks.
Right, and that would probably involve forming a long path trail crew. That was the thought.
Any other questions? Okay, well, again, I put the email address in the chat, executive director@nynjtc.org. Please mark your calendars. Remember, April 16th at Ramapo College is going to be our volunteer appreciation event. Again, we are going to be in person, so super excited to see everybody again and celebrate all the amazing work of our volunteers. The nomination period just ended on Monday, so we've got a lot of great nominations for the awards. I hope that everybody will be able to attend and join us. Carolyn, thank you for all that you do. I love having you join us on our chats. And if there's nothing else, everybody, have a wonderful evening and look forward to seeing everybody soon.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen.